Hello. My name is Phrae. Have you ever felt it? That feeling, like something is following you. Silent, but heavy. Like it's waiting for you to turn around and look. I used to think I was fearless, that nothing could scare me. But this changed me. It changed everything. And I want to tell you about it. Because if I don't, I'm afraid. Afraid it won't let me go. It all started 2 years ago, in a small village called Silent Hollow. The name says it all, doesn't it? Quiet. So quiet you can hear your own heartbeat. The wind whispers through the trees, dry leaves crunch underfoot, and sometimes you hear something. Something that doesn't sound human. I never wanted to go there. But my grandmother, she changed everything. Grandma was very sick. That day, she held my hand, her hand was so cold, and she said, "Phrae, go check on the land in Silent Hollow for me." I asked why. She just smiled, a smile that felt like she knew what I'd face. I promised her, but deep down, I was scared. Scared without knowing why. I convinced Mint, my best friend, to come along. Mint didn't believe in ghosts. She said, "Phrae, what's there in an old abandoned house? We'll go, check it out, and leave." But it wasn't that simple. The first day, I remember it vividly. That old wooden house, it looked like it had been abandoned for years. The door was rotting, the windows cracked, dust caked everywhere. The smell inside, it was strange. Like wet earth mixed with something indescribable. Mint explored the house, laughing, saying, "Look, what kind of haunted house is this? Just rats." But I felt it. Like someone was watching. From the shadows, from the windows, from the ceiling. I told Mint, but she just shrugged. "Phrae, you're overthinking." But I knew. I wasn't imagining it. That night, I couldn't sleep. Mint was out cold, but I heard it. Footsteps. Thud, thud, like someone walking around the house. I froze, telling myself it was just the wind or some wild animal. But it wasn't. Because when I finally dared to look out the window, I saw it. A shadow. A figure standing still. Long hair, white dress. I panicked, my heart pounding so hard it hurt. I woke Mint. She groggily looked, but when we checked again, the shadow, it was gone. Like it was never there. Mint said, "Phrae, you were dreaming." But I knew. It wasn't a dream. The next day, Mint and I decided to explore the house. We found a storage room, dark, dusty, with a suffocating musty smell. Then I found it. An old notebook, its cover torn, the handwriting inside shaky, like whoever wrote it was terrified. The first page read, "It's a pity the dead can't hear." I flinched. Those words, they stuck with me. Why pity? What would the dead hear? Mint laughed. Phrae, it's probably some old novel. But I felt it. That notebook, it wanted me to read it. It wanted me to know. The notebook told the story of a woman named January. She used to live in that house, long ago. They said she was beautiful, kind, but she died. Died in a way no one understood. Some pages read, every night, she walks. She cries. She wants to speak. I started to feel scared, but I also wanted to know. Why wouldn't Jan leave? What did she want? Mint told me to stop reading. Phrae, you're going crazy. But I couldn't stop. Every word in that notebook, it was like Jan was speaking to me. The second night, things got worse. I had a dream. A woman with long hair, in a white dress caked with mud, stood at the foot of my bed. I wanted to scream, but something choked me. She spoke, her voice hoarse. Help me. Tell them I didn't do it. I woke up, drenched in sweat, my heart racing. Mint asked what was wrong. I told her. Her face paled because she heard it too. A sobbing sound, coming from downstairs. Loud, like someone was crying their heart out. We decided to check. I grabbed a flashlight, my hands shaking. Mint clung to my arm. The stairs felt cold, like walking on ice. And then, I saw her. The woman in white, sitting in the corner of the room, her hair covering her face. She looked up. Her eyes, they were empty. No light, no life. I screamed. Mint pulled me, and we ran. But the harder we ran, the louder the crying got, like it was inside our heads. We almost reached the door when the flashlight died. Darkness swallowed everything. I heard Mint scream, Phrae, it's behind us. The next morning, we barely spoke. Mint's face was pale. She said, Phrae, let's go home. But I felt that if we left now, I'd never know the truth. And Jan, she'd never get to speak. I told Mint I'd stay. She was furious, called me insane. But in the end, she stayed too. She didn't want to leave me alone. That day, we asked around the village, but everyone was silent. Silent like they were hiding something. I started to wonder, what was this village keeping secret? We met Aunt Sam, sitting outside her house, her eyes staring into the distance, like she saw something no one else could. I asked her, Auntie, do you know about Jan? She was quiet for a long time before saying, Jan, beautiful girl. Everyone loved her. But love killed her. A chill ran through me. She continued. Jan loved a man named Ek, a man everyone thought was perfect. But he betrayed her. And when Jan found out, She was framed, accused of killing Ek. Anselm said, "No one listened to January. She died of shame in that house." I felt cold. Everything matched the notebook. The third night, I did something Mint called crazy. I lit incense in front of the house and spoke aloud. "Jan, if you want to tell me something, tell me." Mint yelled at me, "Phrae, you're going to get yourself killed." But I felt I had to do it. And then it happened. A gust of wind blew out the incense, and a piece of paper landed at my feet. It read, "He didn't love me. He lied to me." My hand shook. Mint's face went white. She couldn't speak. Because we knew. Jan was talking to us. The next day, I kept reading the notebook. Tucked inside the cover was a letter from Jan to Ek. She wrote that she knew he had someone else. She was hurt, but she still loved him. Tears fell as I read. I felt her pain, her loneliness. No one listened to her. It's such a pity that Jan died misunderstood. I told Mint, "I'll find the truth." For January, Mint looked at me and nodded. For the first time, she believed me. We started digging deeper, asking more people in the village. We met a young man named Tum. He said, "I've heard about January. They say she didn't do it." But when I pressed him, he got scared. "Don't ask too much. It's not safe." I felt it then. This village had a shadow. A shadow everyone feared. We went to Ek's old house, at the edge of the village, surrounded by dense forest. It was so dark it felt like light itself had died. Mint said, "Phrae, I don't want to go in." But I had to. Ek's house was a wreck. The roof caved in, the air reeked of rot. As I stepped inside, I heard it, a faint laugh, coming from upstairs. Mint grabbed my arm. "Phrae, let's go now." But I saw a wooden box in the corner, like it was calling me. I opened it and found letters from a woman who wasn't January. They read, "Ek, you're mine. No matter who has to die." I knew then. This was the key to Jan's death. But then, I heard footsteps behind us. Mint screamed. We ran, our legs burning. That night, I couldn't sleep. I dreamt of Jan again. She stood in a forest, pointing to a large tree. I woke up and told Mint, "We have to go to the forest." Mint shook her head. "Phrae, you've lost it." But I insisted. We went to the forest and found the tree. Buried under its roots was a metal box. Inside, a knife, stained with something dark. And another letter. It read, "I did it for us." Jan had to go. It was clear now. Jan was framed by the woman who loved Ek. The final night, I went back to the house. I lit incense and told Jan, I know the truth now. I'll tell everyone. And then it happened. Every door in the house swung open at once. The sound of crying echoed, but this time, it wasn't terrifying. It felt like gratitude. I cried too. I knew she heard me. Mint hugged me, saying, "Phrae, you did it." I felt light. Like a mountain had been lifted from my heart. After that, I told ex-descendants and the villagers everything. They were shocked. Some cried, realizing Jan was innocent. Aunt Sam held a ceremony for January. That night, I dreamt of her again. She was smiling, her white dress clean. She said, "Thank you for listening." The house, it was silent after that. The village, it was like it woke up from a nightmare. This experience taught me something. Sometimes, our fear isn't about ghosts. It's about the truth that's been buried. And listening, it's more important than we realize. It's such a pity that the dead can't hear their own vindication. But I'm glad that this time I helped Jan speak. And maybe Grandma knew that I'd help Jan and help myself.